You won't guess where I am today. I'm here at St George's Park, the home of England. Now, there's a very special someone out there today, and I'm about to interview him. It's top secret. How nice is it to have a team like England?
It's an honour, really, isn't it? Because to play for England is very special, so to be the manager is even more special, really. So I have to make sure I get it right because everybody wants us to win. So I've got to try and make good decisions, haven't I?
When did you decide you wanted to be a manager?
Well, really, I was 35 and I was kind of at the end of being a player, and I knew I wasn't going to get any better because I couldn't run as fast. So I then had a chance to be a manager at Middlesbrough, and I thought that was what I wanted to do because I had lots of knowledge about the game and I wanted to go and help other players, younger people, to go and be successful. So that was why I decided to do it, really.
Now, that leads on to a good question from me. What does it feel like you seeing the under-17s and the under-20s having such a successful year last year?
Did you see any of the games?
I watched them on TV. I couldn't be there. But...
No, it's a long way to India and back for you to get your homework in as well, isn't it? So,
yeah.
So we've got lots of good players from lots of clubs, and they're really exciting. And of course now they've won, so they're used to winning against some of the other countries, like Brazil and Spain and France and countries like that. When they get into the senior team, then they should be more confident and believe that they can win World Cups for the senior team.
Okay. Which team do you think is the biggest threat to England's World Cup chances?
Well, Tunisia, because that's the first game. So the biggest threat is always the next one, because if you worry about the games that are 2 or 3 or 4 games time, then you forget about making sure you're ready for the first one. So we've got to make sure that we get everything tactically right for Tunisia.
Okay. If you could meet any team in the final of the World Cup, who would it be and why?
Well, we wouldn't mind if we got to the final who it was, really, would we? But I suppose if we had a choice, there's quite a lot of history with England and Germany. So over the years, there's been lots of important matches. The only time England won the World Cup, it was against Germany in the final. So Germany would be quite good, wouldn't it?
Okay. Well, yeah, that puts 2 into both. What? 2 for the present one. That's it. If you could pick one player from anywhere around the world to put into the England squad, who would it be?
Don't want any of them. Happy with the ones we've got. Only English. Not interested in the others. Mind you, what's his name, that bloke that plays for Barcelona?
Messi.
Oh yeah, we'd have him.
We'd have Messi. How important will it be to have a mixture of youth and experienced players in the World Cup squad?
I think that's a good idea, because if you have all experienced players, then maybe you're not as athletic and you lose a bit of exuberance and innovation. And if you have all young players, then maybe they have lots of good ideas, but they don't know how to put them into practice. So if you've got a bit of both, then that's probably the best solution.
Yeah, sometimes my dad plays with me and my sister. Because Kira's younger, she goes with a more experienced player, and I go on my own.
Oh, 2 against 1?
Yeah.
Hardly fair.
I still win though.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes. If not, I get kicked in the back of the leg from my sister. She plays football, right? And then when she's playing, if you're running, she'll come and kick you in the back of the leg and she'll start booting you on the floor, and then you're like...
That's very aggressive.
She's very vicious.
Oh.
Everyone says, oh, she's so cute. And then but when you see her personality, you're like, oh, no. Okay, no.
What do you think she'll think when she sees this on the telly and you've just said that to everybody?
I'll probably never see anyone again. Are you happy to look at the championship to pick players for the England squad?
Well, we always look, but it's very difficult to pick a player if they're playing in the Championship, because really you need them to play against the best possible teams, because it makes them play better and it prepares them more closely for international football.
Now this is not in here, but me, my dad and my mum were wondering, how do you pick the squad on like a match day? My mum thinks it's how they play in the games they play for the club.
Yeah.
I think who does the hardest in training.
Okay. Well, have you got a blindfold and a pin?
Dad, do you have a blindfold and a pin?
Yeah, because what we do is we put a blindfold on and a pin and we just... No, we don't do that. Really. So there's a little bit about how well they play for their club, and then there's a bit about how well they've played for England in the past, and like you rightly said, a little bit about how well they do in training. So all of those things play a part in picking the team we're going to play. And sometimes looking at the opposition team and thinking, actually, which players are going to cause a problem for their defenders, because some defenders aren't very good against quick players, for example. Some aren't very good against strong
Stones
players.
is good. Stones is Stones.
Man City again.
Can catch up.
It's not all about Man
players.
City, you know.
Yeah, but you can catch
This is an
up with-
England interview, man. Come on.
Yeah, but Stones, who's at the back, can pass it out, can do anything, chase fast players.
I can't dispute that.
Yeah, okay. Has the art of defending changed over the years after you've played for England?
Well, it has, because the main reason being that as soon as you make a foul now, you usually get a yellow card. So you've got to be a lot more careful with how you defend. You can't just go booting people like your sister does with you in the...
It doesn't. I don't know how long it takes for you to get a red card.
Really?
3 seconds. You just dive in. If you push someone over,
Yeah.
you're gone.
That's what I mean. Whereas in the old days, you could boot people all you like and they'd just go,
My
don't do
sister
it again.
would like to play in the old days then.
Yeah, some people get more frustrated than others, you know, so we're all different, aren't we, really?
Yeah, my sister's different. What would success at this year's World Cup be to you?
That's a really good question,
Thank you.
because sometimes you can play really well and lose, and sometimes you can play really badly and win. And I don't know, is a quarter-final a good tournament or a not good tournament?
Great tournament. I'd be happy if I got through the first round.
Would you?
Probably, yeah.
Whoa.
It'd be great if you won, and I think we will win. Got good faith, because you're a good manager.
Well, I like that. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Because you're a good manager, you'll get them prepared for the game and you'll smash it, and you have the best tactics.
Wow, I feel good
Definitely.
now.
How do you best prepare a team for tournament football?
We're quite lucky because most of these boys have played in the junior tournaments. Raheem went to an under-17 World Cup in Mexico years ago. Jordan Pickford was in that World Cup, yeah. So lots of the boys have played in European Championships or World Cups. Harry Kane played in an under-20 World Cup.
You know who's got the best experience? Fabian Delph, Stones, Kyle Walker and Raheem. They've got all the best experiences because they play for City.
Oh, I wondered what they had in common.
You had an 81.8% win ratio with the under-21 England squad and a 50% win ratio for England. Now that's amazing, Gareth. What's your secret?
What was the first bit again? Say that first bit again.
Well, yeah, you had an 81.8 win rate percentage
That's
ratio.
incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
We don't have to say any more, do we? That's it. 81%. What was the rest of the question? Oh, what's your secret? Oh, well, we've got good players, really. So it's
all
because
about
of
the
them.
players, pretty much.
It is, really.
Or is it about the development?
Well, we've got to help them develop and improve and try and create a team that isn't scared of anybody and is brave enough to go and win the matches, really.
Okay, Gareth, that's all the time you've got today. Thank you so much for talking to me, and I wish you the best of luck on the World Cup.
It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thanks, Gareth.